Peace, peace. You already know it's Aku Hayu Rahubat. Anu Salamu Ma to the mothers. All right, y'all. This is Watermelanin. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and get childish, brother Ben next. And show your works. Around here talking about the people this and the people that. Well, show what you done for the people. So, well, I want to show you what I done for the people. Uh, I'm one of the first scientists to break down the science of water and how it connects to melanin. And I gave it to the people in a couple of cities, and this is one of the cities I gave it to them in, and you can check it out. Bear with the sound. I'll get the sound better as it go. And therefore it makes it something that you know, not something that you report. Like education, right? What happened is the Europeans came in or group of them under Albert and Madam Black. The reason why they refer to her as Madam Black, why she did the thing about isolation, is because she used to provide the prostitutes all of the Masonic parties in London when they was acting the fool. Like you know the whole story about Sherlock, you know. Okay.
Hey, we got about a minute, stand, please. Now we actually bless our women, like all men. Bow to our sisters, our queens. We actually hope
this is a well-known custom in Anu Salam. It's the culture of all the Anu's children. Basically, we honor the mothers in the room, and by them allowing us to honor them, they are already honored the fathers in the room. Take respect to get respect. So this is our brother Sahu Pa'al. He's opening up. Real good brother. He's a teacher at a couple local actual IPS schools and charter schools and things like that. So we ain't just in bookstores. We're actually in the streets for you house niggas out there.
That's our custom that we started because we understand that ride high and it's woman. And we always give reverence for all of them. And thank you all for coming on in. Brother Kyle, good to see you all today. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to start off our class with the Afrocentric creed. It's very important that we do African concepts, African spirituality, and African awareness. I think you don't have to pay for my brother. Okay, so we're going to start off with the African creed, and I would like to everybody to say this in unison, and then we're going to do the new God of the Saba, and we're going to bring Brother Mike on board, okay? The African Century Creed, let's say this with some feeling like you mean. I have faith in myself.
I have faith in myself.
I have faith in my teachers.
I have faith in my teachers.
I will accept my duty and responsibility.
I will accept my duty and responsibility.
I respect others and seek their respect.
I respect others and seek their respect.
I have self-respect.
I have self-respect.
I have self-control.
I have self-control.
I can learn if I study hard.
I can learn if I study hard.
I will learn because I will study hard.
I will learn because I will study hard.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
In loving myself.
In loving myself.
I will be myself.
I will be myself.
And know myself.
And know myself.
I am the one who is talking.
I am the one who is talking.
That's beautiful. All right, now we're gonna Ungaza Saba. Okay, the Ungaza Saba, or the African principles of unity, remind us of our great heritage as a people. If we strive to live these principles, we will become a people who contribute to the good of our society. Umoja, unity. Kujichagulia, self-determination. Ujima, collective work and responsibility. Umoja, cooperative economics. Nia, purpose. Creativity. Mind. Faith. As always, a good practice that we always try to instill and reiterate our African culture. So we're going to do this every time when we come in as a good icebreaker to get our minds socially politically and consciously aware of what we're doing. Also, we all said that by us being African people, one of the forms of consciousness, we said we need to start by speaking our African language. So we said we wanted to do part Key Swahili, start getting acclimated with those terminologies and terms, and also speaking Swahili, which is the language that Dr. Book does. So we're going to start with just 2 words. I'm going to keep it simple. So in Swahili, which is the West African language, the way we say hello is Jambo. So I say Jambo. My name is Brother Kyle. And I like for everybody to go around the room. We just say Jambo and then we announce ourselves. John Ball, my name is John. Okay. Peace, Brother John. Peace, Brother John. John Ball, my name is James. Peace, Brother James. John Ball, my name is Caleb. Caleb. Good to meet you, Brother Caleb. John Ball, my name is Paco. Peace, Brother Paco. John Ball, I'm Dion. Dion, Brother Dion.
And at home, while y'all viewing, practice the Jumbo with the kids. Jumbo, my name is Dad. Jumbo, my name is Mama. Jumbo, we're just teaching how sciences of language work about. So this is a quick intro, so go ahead and enjoy it. I'll be on there in a minute.
All right, and then the other word we have to say hello is Rahubat. That is the Nubian. That's the
Rahubat.
And that's the Nubian language.
That's right.
Rahubat. That's Nubian. And Nubian means being from the region or landmass of Nubia, which is a region in Africa. And Nuwabic is the language. And Nuwabic is the language of it. So we learn 2 words. We learn Jambo, hello, and we also learn Rahubat. Now, that's my piece. I'm going to let Brother Mike come up here, do his thing. And we always encourage anybody and everybody to come. We're happy to see that everybody came out tonight. Thank you. We won't be before you long, or we will be before you strong. So, Mike, thank you, my brother. Egypt, how we doing?
Peace and blessings, family.
You up here to start reading. Peace and blessings, my brother.
Yes, sir. Just like to acknowledge the prophet. Like to welcome everyone to the Indie Progressive Network. And that's a 3-word statement: Indie, root of individual; progressive, root of success; and network, root of unity. The network is determined by your network. Today is the day of law and diet. And eventually we will get into law and nutrition, but right now we need to examine the confusion on what nutrition really is. And we need to get down between the separation of what a diet and nutrition is. Before we start, is there any questions from last week or any delicate questions or anybody coming with any specific questions before we start?
Yeah, I would like for you to go over, because a lot of brothers on Facebook wanting to know, what did you mean by fat coming from protein? And when you mentioned not only fat coming from protein, you said that vegetarians are the fattest people on the planet because they don't eat. So a lot of people would think if you become a vegetarian, you would be more of a leaner person than you would be if you eat meat. So I know a lot of brothers were inquiring about that as well.
Yeah, the one statement I have not seen yet is fat from protein. I have not seen where I acknowledge that. Anybody know what protein is?
Come on with it.
Because protein, if you look it up, protein is dust of the ground. You can't get fat from the dust of the ground. Nothing valuable comes from the dust of the ground. All your food are from the ground, right? You know what the word mineral means? It means things that are minor out of the elements. Anything you mine, something you have to take your hands and grab. The dust of the ground is what protein is. And it is very impossible to get fat from it. I don't know who said I said that. And I believe on the video I was touching on how the fattest people are vegetarians because 70% of vegetables is fat. What I mean by that is photosynthesis from the sun is soaked up in the oils and the cavities of every vegetation that grows from the ground, not dust. But vegetables grow from out of the ground, and 70% of that sunlight is stored as fat. The rest is 30% water. And that's the 70-30 plan that I was talking about the other day. You can turn vegetables into your way of drinking water. You can turn fruits into a way of drinking water. And then eventually you'll learn to just juice when you eat. And your juices will be your food and your hydration. So for the record, I just want people to write down how 70% of any vegetable is fat. And the remaining 30% is water. And the most important food is fat. Fat is literally the sun accumulated, soaked up, photosynthesis.
Write that down.
Where did you cite that from? Where you just?
Here goes one reference of it. It's the Oxford Biology book. In this book, if you look at the word protein, it's going to explain to you how protein is the dust of the ground. And protein is one of the main uses of programming right now. That's why they are convincing us to use protein. First of all, anybody know who was the first people on the planet to eat protein? Who was the first to be told to eat the dust of the ground? The serpent. In Genesis, serpent seed, this is a certain person that's at war with the black woman seed. In Genesis 3:15, it speaks about the serpent seed going to war with Eve's seed. Serpent seed were people who ruled at certain times and lost their nation. And these certain reptilian people, as you would call it, instinctive people who don't really think with their emotions, they just think of stimulus alone. And that's why they want to feed us nothing but protein. Protein is the easiest thing to program. You think of the word protein, you think of the word program. You're dealing with fat, you're dealing with the livelihood. What makes something breathe is the fat. When you breathe oxygen in, what you're doing is melting the fat and leaving the oil substance. And that oil substance will keep your blood flowing. You call it a cell, which is plasma. If you look up a cell membrane, you'll learn that every cell in your body is made up of plasma. And that plasma is made up of your digestion, your metabolism, boiling the fat into an oil. And that fat into an oil creates your whole clotting system that you call blood. So this book right here, you have to look around in it.
Say that out again, because I'm going to get that on camera.
Yes, sir. In this Oxford Biology book, it explains how fat comes from the references of vegetables soaking in photosynthesis.
What's the name of that book again, bro?
This is Oxford Biology book.
And that answers what question?
It answers how protein is the dust of the ground, as well as how fat is the most important food on the planet. A majority of every food that you ate, if it didn't have fat in it, your body rejected it. That's the majority of which I digest when I went to school. The fat is what's been keeping you alive. The fat is what's been keeping the heat going. The fat is the only reference of power and energy. You can rule the world off nothing but fat. And in fact, when I speak on fat right now, most of us wash up every day, right? We use soap. Your soap is made out of 50% fat, 50% ashes. What people take is anything that they can burn. Remember, all your junkyards are burning the trash. That ash is sold to somebody. And that the same way bull droppings, or you call it bullshit fertilizer, people are selling bullshit. They're selling everything that they extract from the source system. The other week I showed you how UK is investing with the whole world's piss. So they can take the piss of the world, or the pee of the world, excuse my language for your system. The pee of the world is being used to convert electricity. The same applies for every other waste product. They turn the waste products into usable products. And that's what reproduction is all about. So when you study fat, that is the number one reproductive thing on the planet. And that's the root of pregnancy, fat hunger. You're not a father until you make up fat. And out of that fat, that baby lives off 9 months of that one clot of fat that you gave that woman. That one spark of sunlight. When you look at fat, this is a whole nother reference of energy. They made you afraid of fat and got you what do you say, addressing starch. They got you learning starch. Starch is glue. This is how things work. When you get things out of the ground, when you miner it out of the ground, it's called a minor air. Right? And this minor air is broken down into a vitamin, or minute vital, a short reference to vitality. And after that takes place, this whole thing right here takes place, metabolism. And after that takes place, you're left with glucose. And this glucose, you have to read it, or glucose. Sorry. And glucose is a result of digested fructose. Remember, fruit itself is a sweet vegetable. It's a sweet fat. That's all it is. All your grapes are sweet fats. You should record that. Fructose, and then what's left as sugar, which is in here also. They study the word galactose.
Yeah, like a butter.
That's right here, fructose.
Not all your
The reference, all your fruit is sweet fat. That's all it is. Sweet fat. No fruit has starch in it whatsoever.
And what's your reference?
Reference point of how fruits are sweet vegetables. That's all they are. You look up any fruit, it's a sweet vegetable. Vegetables is 70% fat, 30% water. That's all they are. And celery is the same way. When you study celery, you learn it's 90% fat, 10% water. People say eat celery to lose weight. You need to eat fat to lose weight. You don't eat starch to lose weight. You don't eat protein to lose weight. That's all I see right now for people to get physically fit. And, with LA Fitness, YMCA, give me some other places that people waste their money with.
Where did you get the legacy sound?
That's right. I want to record this. What is physical fitness? Anybody really know? Physical fitness. Anybody know?
Y'all hear that, family? Don't be wasting your money at these fitness places with all these protein shakes. I just explained to you how protein science started off with the reptilian people, the reputation of Italian people, the Italian type of people, the imposter type of people, the imposters of the planet. They are not as fat. They're not the fat of the land like we are. We would call it the cream of the planet Earth, but we also call it the fat of the land. You understand that? So I want y'all to understand something as simple as this fact right here. Look at the word avocado. Get y'all a dictionary of food measure. And it tells you how much fat, how much carbs, how much calories. Now look at just something as small as an avocado. Avocado has over 30 grams of fat in it. Now look how much protein is mentioned. You got 0.6, 3.6, 2.4. You surviving off of the fat of the land, family. Your fat is converted into oils. And when it needs to be, it's conditioned to a wax. So if you really want to work out, get you a glob of fat and go build something. And another thing, the best workout plan is actually standing still, practicing ways to be still. You use more muscles in a healthy manner by just being still than you do at LA Fitness or Go's Gym or working out anywhere. Because you're bending your body unnecessarily, you're lifting things unnecessarily, you're using too many muscles unnecessarily, and then you're wearing yourself out. You're not building endurance. The Quran says it's not about the strong and the swift, but for those who endure to the end. You want to eat to live and train your body to have inner strength and be like them old schools who you didn't know can knock you out. But when they hit you with that left hook, he still got it because he eating right. He ain't at the gym every day. Proceed.
It's in this dictionary and every dictionary you can look at. When you look up the word physical fitness, it means the ability to reproduce. So what we need to do is go around finding women who got more than one kid.
Say one more time about
Physical fitness is the ability to reproduce. You're physically fit once you make a fat hurt. That's what makes you a father. God feels you're responsible enough to respond to her and her child, that makes you a man. That's what gives you energy. You're physically fit once you produce a family. And a woman is physically fit once she carries a child. Fatness is physical fitness. And that's in my new book also, Original Face, White Supremacy. It's explaining how black unity started with us loving the fat of a woman. The fatherhood created the motherhood, and mother knows best. There's no motherhood, there's no father. And we've lost that whole reference of mother because we don't know what a father really is. We don't understand what fat really is. So when you digest food, brothers, it turns from a mineral to a vitamin, which is a salt. All your vitamins are salt. Anybody know what vitamin A means? Anybody know what vitamin B means? Anybody know what vitamin C means?
Well, I can't tell you what it means, but I know what it defines vitamin C. Like for example, I keep my multivitamins on me, so you know, I know you got synthetic, you got D alpha, which is what you wanted, and you got the other one. I can't remember what the other one is. But you got D alpha and you got DL alpha. And I think DL alpha is the synthetic and D alpha is the organic. But I can't tell you what it means, but I know where you can get it. Like vitamin C, you get out of orange juice. Vitamin D, you get from milk, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I would say a vitamin is a mineral. Is that correct?
No, sir, it's a digestive mineral.
Okay.
Once you digest a mineral, the digestion of that mineral is the vitamin, salt, pre-digested food. Anytime you eat something with vitamins in it, it's already in process. Once they can identify the vitamin, they have already extracted the portion of the minerals out of it. Vitamins do nothing for the body, they hydrate the body. What they do. They make the blood pressure rise. I told you, your plasma is your cell membrane. Your plasma is 90% water.
You said vitamins do nothing for the body?
Vitamins do nothing for the body. In fact,
So what about when they say boost your immune system?
Right. What is the immune system? The word immune means foreign. See, vitamins influence your foreign system. And when foreigners come into your community, what do? They leave you with nothing to mine it. They mine everything out of your land and leave. What does the mine company do? Their job is to take gold out the land and you go buy it at the jewelry store. Their job is to take diamonds out of the land and you go buy it at the jewelry store. That's what minerals are. Minor elements. You're supposed to use your hand to get your food. This is the only purpose of your hands. That's why it speaks about if a man doesn't work, he doesn't eat. Work is synonymous with eating. And people that work the hardest end up the fattest. That's why you saw images of the fat Buddha, because it's in reference to fat. Fatness is greatness. The more glutton, man's natural reference of nature is greed. That's why the first thing the baby does when she comes out, even though she's been on that milk before, she wants to feed. Feed is synonymous with greed. And if you don't work, you don't eat. And we don't have greedy people. We have people afraid to be greedy. You ever invite somebody over to eat and they're afraid to get another plate? You think they were doing that with Jesus? At the Last Supper, you think people were afraid to get seconds? No, sir. And you think they were eating protein? They weren't eating no protein. They were eating white meat. That's what fish means. Fish is the only white meat on the planet. The spell of the Leviathan is the spell of fish. White meat. People love white meat. That's it. They want to see white in their house. They want to see white in their children. Not to get too racist, but we're talking about fat. And the origin of race is fat. First race on the planet is fat. The sun people. When you soak up sunlight, it's called fat. Anything that can soak up sun, when you see that stored energy, it's called fat. Stored energy, that's what it means. Protein is not stored energy. Protein is a waste of used energy. Your cell phone is protein, and it communicates with your protein. When you touch it, it's a touch screen. Right? This protein on your finger touches it and communicates with it. When I study vitamins in this body, in this right here, it says it's something that occurs in plants. It's something that occurs. See, occurs. What occurs? After digestion or metabolism takes place. It's part of your digestive system in general. Salts are the only reason your stomach stays fresh before mucus reloads. The whole purpose of mucus is to keep your stomach from eating itself. Every 3 days, your mucus in your body clogs up in your stomach and replaces your stomach, what they call acids and things that you can take and burn this whole floor with. You ever heard of that? How you can take acids out of your belly and burn the floor with it? Well, if you didn't have mucus, the thing that you always try to hide from, your stomach will eat itself. So not only is this a good reference to look at, if you don't want to pass it around, but here's another one. Food beverage list. I'm about to get into that today.
The who?
Food beverage, the supplement list, blood type 0. This is for any type of blood. It shows you how to correctly eat according to your blood. Your blood changes every 21 days, by the way. Now, some of y'all got babies that were yours, and y'all went to go get a blood test, and it showed up that the blood wasn't the same.
Y'all hear that? Some of y'all brothers need to go apologize to them baby mamas that you thought was baby mamas. And y'all went and got that test, and it didn't come out yours. It might be yours this week. You know, your blood changes every now and then, man. So if you're not careful, you will take a test thinking the baby ain't yours. You need to go take another test. That baby might be yours this week. All right, now I'm taking a quick commercial break. I'm going to show them the product, baby. No, put your hand in there. A new path in the hood near you. Come on, grab these supplements. You got the number in there. You got the email. Hit me up. Google Life Under. Hunt down somebody that know Life Under. And get you one of your new path packages. Revitalize the body. And get back into the fat of the land. We got a few supplements. I mean, Dr. Sebi taught us well. Layla Africa taught us well. Sister Francine Wilson taught us well. Elijah Muhammad taught us well. Farad Muhammad taught us well. So you think about that. Order your package of a new path ASAP. I might send it to you for free because I'm a nigga.
But if you get another test, it might be yours. Your blood changes every 21 days.
Okay, bro, put all that on the table of the book.
Yes, sir. This book is called The Eat Right for Your Type.
Okay.
To eat right for your type is showing you how you must eat according to your blood type. And your blood type changes every 3 weeks.
What was the name of the book?
Eat right for your type.
Food beverage.
Yep, the food, beverage, and supplement list for blood type 0, any type of blood.
They only give me 15 seconds.
It's all right. I'm recording back there. I'll get it with you. But here you go. We got to write down this right here. Before we go any further. You got to know how to measure. What's your favorite cereal, young lady? Yeah, what's your favorite cereal, bro? Oh, Captain Crunch. How many grams of fat, man? But you're not supposed to measure it by the box, you're supposed to measure it by your blood.
See, I always read the back of the box and I always look at the sugar.
Yeah.
I don't look at the grams of fat, so I just try to stay between 8 to 9 grams of sugar per serving.
Okay.
And then that way, because for me, lifting weights, my thing is watching my body mass index. So, they tell me to keep it below anywhere between 13 to 8 is like healthy and fit, and 20 above for a man is considered to be obese.
Well, for my height, they say, I'm 5'9". Those numbers, I ain't gonna lie about being 5'10". But 5'9", your maximum weight is 182.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 194 right now. But what is that based off of? Anybody know? Based off of your water. And if we eat more fruit, we drink less water. So certain things, and it's showing you. Okay, here we go. It show you. Anyway, I pretty much know it. You have to measure out measurements first. Anybody know how much 1 tablespoon is?
8 ounces. Not 8 ounces.
14. This is how we got to become scientists again when we eat. 3 teaspoons.
23 grams or something like that.
Nope. 16. Well, it's 8 tablespoons, right? Is what you call ounce. 8 tablespoons is 16 ounces. fluid ounces.
Okay, y'all. Yep. So let me go ahead and update that because I found out later that depending on which side of the world you on, certain books I was reading from the 1800s, they had the bigger people had bigger feet, bigger hand, they were taller. So a teaspoon was almost you size two fingers almost. Compared to now, it's one finger. So these varies depend on which age you're looking at. So I'll just go ahead and run that by you. Equivalence by capacity, so you can measure things and know what you're eating. 1 quart is equal to 4 cups. 1 cup is equal to 8 fluid ounces, which is a half a pint, which is 16 tablespoons. Remember, I told you tablespoons vary depending on where you at. Down south in South America, tablespoons are a lot larger. That's Santa Rica and voodoo and hoodoo. They do things a lot different. 2 tablespoons in America is 1 fluid ounce. 1 tablespoon in America is 3 teaspoons. So start measuring things in that capacity. So you saw whatever reference I was using out of here, it was an 1800 year reference. So I dig deep. But go ahead and check the young man out, because I'm this is years later, man. I'm sharper.
All right. And these fluid ounces is what they measure all your food. So when you go home, anytime you're cooking, this is going to be your scale. Every 1 tablespoon, every 3 teaspoons, and 8 teaspoons or 8 tablespoons, 6 times 8, will equal up 16 fluid ounces. And all this is measuring out the BMI. BMI, what is that? Body mass index.
Yeah.
Write that down, because you got to keep up with that. Not only do you want to know your blood type, but you want to know your body mass index at all times.
Now, I got an issue because when I was giving blood at the donor clinic, and then when I went to go get my blood, like when you go and get a test, whatever the case may be, they would give me my blood type.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out how do I get it if I couldn't get one at the blood clinic, and then I went to Blackburn. I just said I want to get blood test to find out what my blood type was, and they wouldn't give you a blood test.
Yeah. So a lot of people, they don't have blood. I'll tell you something.
No.
Some people at certain times before your blood changes,
Yeah.
you have a thing called hemoglobin and hemoglobin stage. You can actually breathe just off your hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is very easy to come out the state. And it's muscle fluid. A lot of us think we're living off of our veins. We're not living off our veins. Veins create conditions for the muscles to survive. Everything is in the tissue. Even the blood is a tissue. The bone is a tissue. Your blood is dependent on your bone. Your bone is dependent on fat.
Now, this is one thing I wanted to say. I know you got 2 types of fat. You got brown fat, and you got, I think it's white fat. Like visceral fat is what you don't want. That's the fat that goes around your heart and causes heart attack. Healthy fat is supposed to be like brown fat.
That was a lot, brother.
Okay.
Fat regardless. When you're dealing with synthetics, we got a small family. It's called herd. Herd versus synth. Anybody can give me at least 3 examples of what's something outside of herd?
Well, good.
Nah, that's herd.
It's not a,
That's a synthetic herd on the low. Yeah. But the original one is Ethiopian. The Ethiopian herd was synthetic. They're trying to make us hate the original. They made us hate ISIS this week, by saying ISIS is the one responsible for all the torture.
they got weed in oil form.
Right. Yeah. That's the anointing oil. You can't have an oil without smoking. That's why I tell people, majority of the people in here, you don't really eat your food, you smoke while you're cooking. The vitamins are getting into your nose. That's how you eat. You eat this right here. You taste what you smell. That's how you eat. But can I at least get 3 of synthetic? Be protein eaters in here.
Cabbage,
Cabbage,
white rice.
That's hard.
Talking about hybrid.
Yeah, hybrid. Same thing. Something that's made with rice.
Wheat, oats.
Close. You get close. George Washington Carver.
Peanut.
What was the substitute for all that?
You talking about the soy bean.
So that's one. Somebody else give me something.
Yellow 5-guys. Yellow.
Now, gelatin goes right along with fat. Coffee, no sir, coffee is wine. You look it up, copper.
Or beans. Any kind of beans.
Because coffee comes from beans. Beans, when you study the bean itself, it's just a seed. The original bean is a seed. That's all it was. And what they did is they found ways to just make dust of the ground clot. They call it beans. A lot of your beans now are hybrids. And then mixing carbon along with the clots of the dust.
Yam. Potatoes.
Corn syrup.
Potatoes still hurt.
Corn syrup.
Corn syrup? Nope. Corn syrup you can use right for electricity. Alcohol, that's hurt. I believe it. What else? Tomatoes still hurt. You got soy. It's in this room. Y'all eating cereal.
Milk.
What was you gonna say? Dove?
I'll hit you with lactose. It's a type of milk. At least from the not only the goat but from the cow. But the real milk is your woman's breast milk. We'll touch on that real later. Give me at least one more. You're supposed to live off your woman's breast milk till you die, bro. You only leave your mama to go to your life. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all how to stay in shape. You stay in shape by keeping her pregnant. If she don't want to be pregnant, she has to hire another one to be pregnant. And all right, before I give any animals in the room, when you have a pregnancy, y'all go get it delivered, what do they hire to deliver your baby? Midwife. The original midwife is the wife that came in the middle of y'all pregnancy, that your wife assigned to you to help her out. She don't need no help. Let her stress herself out. That's called mistress. And if she gets too stressed, she'll hire a mistress for you. That's not your job, it's her job. Stuff in place. And number 3. Come on now. Now you serial killers. When you study the diet of all the serial killers, including that one who killed up all those children, even what's the boy named Jim Jones? His church started here. When you study his diet, because it was over 902 people that he had killed by drinking Kool-Aid, that he poisoned. He had his own island, his own government, and everything. When you see what he ate for a living, he ate cereal. Not sugar. Fructose. Ruby. Not food. Come on now. Wheat. Not meat.
What, skin?
Wheat is starch. Wheat. Wheat? What type of wheat?
I said wheat, right?
Well, grass, they get close. Get close, because, anybody got a Bible in the room? Before I go any further, okay, go to Psalms 104 and 14. I want to separate what these 3 things are. Herbs for certain people. The grass is for certain people. The grass is for the cow. That's what you made yourself.
Protein is it?
Not protein. That's the grass.
Oh, okay.
It has in there. But that's in both things. Oh, okay. Give me at least one more. I know somebody in this room. 104 and 14. I'm going to show you what the grass is for, which is not for human consumption. And that's where soy and lactose and all your protein comes from. It's for the livestock. Why they got you eating protein?
Did y'all hear that? Psalms 1:4 and 14. Dust of the ground is for the livestock. What they got y'all eating the livestock's food, man? You ain't supposed to be eating no cornbread, cuz cornbread is for the horses. Y'all need to get y'all some books, man. Study how energy works. Ain't no energy out here, just fossil fuels. So study how fossil fuels work. I'm going to get into that a little later. I'm going to correct every book of science. And y'all going to help me do it because I'm y'all scientist. I'm the one that y'all help produce. I'm y'all brown baby. I'm y'all child. Google Life Funded.
They say herbs for the cultivation of service of man. Is that what it says? If you don't work, you don't eat. How you going to go to work?
Maybe they make them livestock for somebody else.
Yeah, that works too.
You know what I'm talking about.
Because the first one that he told to eat the dust of the ground was the serpent seed. This is the man, this is the people.
So
He was
really,
talking to Eve.
so really, God, if you look at the beginning of the scripture,
Yeah,
between the conflict between Cain and Abel,
yeah,
one was tiller of the ground,
yeah,
and one was the sheep kicker.
yeah.
So the God picked the fat over the herbs.
It's fat.
Yeah,
That's right. Fat is more important than herbs.
he turned down the fruit.
And who was the tiller grain? He was the tiller grain dealing with a miner, someone who miners.
So for all you so-called Christians and Muslims, why did your God pick the fat and not the veganism? Veganism is Cain, man. Unless you're going to be a real vegan. Real veganism is fatism. Study everything that got fat in it and stay with it. Don't eat nothing without fat in it. Fat is life. Everything in life gets fat and comes from fat. Look up the root of the word fat. Look up the history of fat. Look it up. Your body corresponds with fats converting to oils, and oils converting to waxes. Then the waxes converting to plasma, and plasma converting to cell membrane, and cell membrane converting into memory, and memory converting into a brain system itself. Oh, I love this. I'll do this all day. But anytime you want to challenge me or help me challenge you or help you challenge others, you just give me a call. I'm here, nigga. But yeah, you see how he said fat is what the God chose. All right? That's God's choice. You weren't grateful, man.
And Cain gave birth to the sugar cane. He was the one who, that was the greatest thing that ever happened to the tiller in the ground, was for him to produce something that grew solely from the ground. That was the sugar cane. That was a gift to Cain from the ground. Sweetness.
Cain survived off of sugar cane.
Well, that's both. Every gift is a gift in the country. Y'all can give me this. I know y'all can. What's the main ingredient in your cereal? Anybody know? It's been like corn.
The carbohydrate.
Wow. That's it.
Synthetic is like plastic.
Yeah.
Let's say,
Plastic is what is nectar.
Chloride, sodium chloride, that means.
Sodium chloride is salt. Still. See, plastic takes place in reference to atmosphere. A gas, a loose gas. When the gas begins to dense too much, the smells get lost in it, it creates what they call a clear. You can feel it. The air is something you can feel, and you can actually see it, not careful. And there were certain people in Australia that fell into the ground. Places like Alberta and Shambhala, y'all should write that down. When they spoke about how they were underground, they were speaking about how everything around them was plastic. And that's what happens to a lot of women who feel suffocated around their men. There's certain nectar that they never got rid of. If a woman doesn't get rid of her nectar the right way, it'll suffocate her. Her glands will create plastic. And she'll feel smothered by you. And if she don't have enough women around to bump elbows with her, she don't have her own village. All she has is a village, she's about to go to war. It takes a village to raise children. Let me show you how this works. And it takes a village to raise a village. That's why all of us ready to fight. Whenever somebody says something our woman the wrong way, or our kids the wrong way, we're ready to kill. We're killers. We're natural born killers. However, you gotta have a purpose to kill. Ain't that the word we learned today, you guys?
Yeah.
Nia, purpose. Well, go any further. Now we got these three, right? Anybody know what these are in?
And everything we eat, they in the cereal.
Anything, any store you go to and you don't smell it. You don't smell your food, you're attacked by these three things. Plastic keeps smells. It smells the root of essence. The word essence means perfume. Your first sense is your smell. The first thing you can do as a baby is smell your mother. Lactose, milk. What is milk on the line? Anybody know?
They say like cow.
Yeah, what else? Because your cheese is made out of cow milk snot.
What's clickbait? Thinking I want to eat my crab.
Yeah. Whew. The question is, what do you make these three of milk? Because we ain't got none of this. And all this belongs to the cattle. It don't belong to us. In Walmart, do you smell your food in Walmart? Don't go there. Well, if you can't smell your food, why are you shopping?
Okay, like I was saying that to somebody, and they were kind of explaining to me, like, you don't want to smell the food. They were saying, like, the way it's set up, the first people that get the fresh produce are the private Jewish store, and then after that, then it goes to Marshall Produce.
You ever went to a Jewish store?
Yeah, I mean,
They can smell everything in
but hold on, let me finish.
it.
And then it was going on to say that 7-Eleven gets the worst of the food because they get it last. So what they do is they mix their old meat with some pink slime and other stuff, and then they repackage it and sell it, but it's already getting ready to be past the selling date. So that's why you go into 7-Eleven and the food is like that and saying this shit smell like fish, like.
Is that what they saying?
Yeah, so I'm saying on tape, how do you respond to that?
Well, you don't answer food to its father for one. You let people, you agree to disagree. The word agree is in disagree. You just create a distance. That's what that is. We didn't come here to disagree. We came here to disagree and agree. That's balance. That's my art. So you're going to find a lot of things that don't make sense, but you're going to have to accept it when it comes outside of yourself. And that's how you can go home and do your research and say, was that boy, is he correct? And once we find ourselves in research, we're prepared to teach. You know what I'm saying? So that person who told you, fresh produce, first of all, what's the freshest produce? Anybody know? Right there on the ground.
Yeah, but it's not the ground.
You don't need a refrigerator. You got three things that'll keep you full of electricity in your house and keep your food together. You can use sugar and salt to preserve your foods. Any food you got, you can dig a hole in the ground, throw salt in there, and keep it fresh and everything. Keep animals away from it. And what keeps it longer is sugar. Sugar is your original refrigerator on the road. Salt is also. Salt does not make ice melt on the road. If y'all been told that, please erase that from your mind. And if you don't believe me, go home and put salt on all your ice trays, and you'll see how the one that you didn't put salt on melted quicker than the one that you did. What salt does is it forces liquid to constantly be continued. It forces a certain amount of what they call pressure. Because for ice to take place, there's a certain atmospheric pressure that has to take place. Once you fill up that volume with something that's solid, the pressure is going off. And so you'll see things like on fresh ice, when you throw salt, you'll see water start back over. But that water, after 8 minutes, coats back into ice. So some of y'all find yourself scraping ice off of your windows and put salt on there, and more ice is growing. So here goes 3 things. Give me at least 3 things that you can use other than electricity to keep your food together. Anybody know?
We already said fruit like bananas and oranges and apples.
Yeah. But all right, say if you're around electricity tonight and you got a refrigerator, how can you keep your refrigerator cool? So I didn't say it keeps it cool, I said it keeps it fresh. That means it keeps the smell going. Fresh is smell. When you get the word fresh, you think of smell. Cucumbers. Cucumbers keep a maximum of 20%, or I'll subtract that, 20 degrees less. They're always negative 20 degrees. No matter what you put them in the refrigerator with, your cucumbers will remain 20 degrees less. It's a constant accumulation of cold.
Y'all hear that? So cucumbers are a way to preserve heat and coolness. Like if you ever just hot, get you a bag of cucumbers and put them under your pillow or lay on them or put them somewhere. As you can see, the young man said it's 20 degrees less of its environment at all times. It's always negative 20 degrees less of the room temperature. Cucumbers. I mean, how old was I in that picture, man? I gotta look this up. My baby wasn't even born yet in this picture. I got all kind of kids since then. While y'all sitting around on Google and shouting at the TV and all that, it's real stuff going on right in the center of America. God is always in the center, man. You spinning around him while he's doing this work. After he's done doing this work, y'all forced in his area. I just want you to look at all these symbols out here. Look at them. Somebody painted them. Huh? I hope you don't think we're going to give y'all heaven that y'all don't have to help build. This is heaven on earth, man. And your household can turn into heaven on earth. You just got to build it. So, yeah, pay attention, man. Keep paying attention. I didn't know it was this long. So what?
Just chop up some cucumbers and put them in your.
It keeps you cool. What I mean by that is the more cucumbers you got, the colder.
Right.
It's just like it was another one that I had in mind, but it's 20 degrees lower than anything you put next to it. And here goes another thing. When you deal with cucumbers, you also have electricity that can be gotten from it, and potatoes the same way. You can take 2 potatoes and make electricity out of it. Anybody know what a cucumber is on the road?
What do you mean what is it on the road?
It's a herb. See, the herb family is a whole other conversation. We study herbs. We don't study anything, fruit, or anything. Cucumbers keeps your refrigerator cool. All right? Anybody here believe that you put hot water in the freezer and it'll freeze quicker? How many people did it?
Mr. Wizard.
How many people did it before?
Yeah.
That was a lie. That was a lie. All right, so any more questions before I go forward? The 3 things.
Okay, yeah, what's the reason why you said it's a lie?
It's a lie. I already tried it. I literally put a roll of hot water on top. And I went to that freezer and calculated it. And then I put it in with just regular room temperature water. Room temperature freezes way quicker than any other temperature. First of all, the water will not freeze until it reaches a state of 32 degrees. 32 degrees of any water is a freezing point. And that's why when you study cold water, it's really not getting colder. It really just stays at 32 degrees. Everybody, ice is just 32 degree water, that's all it is.
I got a question. With your diet, you were saying it's best to be vegetarian, but how do you activate your melanin with your diet?
Yeah, melanin is operating with the sun. Fat. That's it. Fat. You activate your melanin. That's what keeps your melanin going, it's fat. What drains your melanin is gluten. Gluten is sugar, starch, meat. That's why the first thing he told you was herb for your meat. Herb is tetrahydrocarbon, THC. You know about that?
That's what's in marijuana.
That's right. And that's what's in melanin. Melanin is THC. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's why a lot of people say smoking weed, they lose weight. Or, you know how you say it.
Carbon. Carbon is the only real food. We don't need nothing else for carbon.
That helps your melanin too.
Yeah. Because you're real food. Because I told you, you smoke your food, right? That's what when you eat, you smoke. You inhale and exhale. Your real food is breath. How long can you go without water? Anybody know?
Heard, they say what, 30 days?
How long without food? You can go 3 years without food. 3 years, man.
That had to be in condition and all that.
It only take 40 days of fasting to condition your body to do anything for it. Because first of all, we got to study what sauce is. After the 40 days and 40 nights while the brother was fasting, what did the devil try to challenge him about? What did he say do?
Turn the stones into bread.
Turn the stones into bread. Then he also spoke about turning the stones into something to drink. Stone and salt, mineral. After the digestion of mineral, you left for vitamin, salt. Mountain food. Mountain means rock. There's 3 things on this planet. It's the 3rd dimensional planet, right? You got water, earth, and rock. Rock is mountain. Mountain has always been separate from earth. And rock candy, rock food, salt. Salt water is rock water. We've been eating rocks every time we eat salt. We've been drinking rocks every time we drink salt water. And let me tell you another secret. All the salt that you see on this planet so far as on top of the ground, on land, came from the sea. It's all sea salt, by the way. when you study how the rivers and the rain flows and all of this, you study that salt is cast on land via water. And when we came here, was never water here. So from now on, salt mount. You need to understand you got three stomachs. You got the stomach that digests rocks. And the rocks is why they keep touching on the calcium for your bones. When you're rock deficient, you're calcium deficient, and your bones start eating everything else. Because the first level to you is the bones. That's why your teeth is the most important bone in your body. Your teeth control everything in your body. A person with no teeth is crazy, son. They're nuts if you ain't noticed it. Anytime you got no teeth, if you still paying for insurance, you're crazy. Anytime you got no teeth and you ain't solidified a household for your grandchildren, you're crazy. And one thing you'll find after someone loses a tooth, immediately they go gray hair. And the Bible spoke about how babies will be born with gray hair. That means a lot of these babies ain't gonna have teeth sooner or later. The tooth fairy is a thing that's created as a commercial. They're selling the tooth fairy. Eventually, the tooth fairy is gonna be something that's relevant as much as Santa Claus. Now, and then you have earth. And then you have water, which is the real name of your planet. You got more water than you got earth and mountains. Stop calling this planet Earth. This is planet water. Earth is the ground. And the dust of that ground is protein. So anti-ground, anti-earth, right? Protein. And that's what an enzyme is. Enzymes is very detrimental. People are telling you get things with enzymes. You should look that up. Can you look that up on your phone for me? When you get the definition, can you read it for me what an enzyme is? Because we got to understand what this is. We have a very important word within energy. We have a very important word within trophy, the root of tropicals. We don't have a tropical forest without it raining. Entropy and energy control everything on this planet. And they're trying to get us to only focus on enzymes. You look it up from the system.
They are macro molecules,
Molecules.
biological elements. They're responsible for thousands of metabolic processes that sustain life.
Metabolism. Okay, keep going.
Enzymes are highly selective chemicals, greatly accelerating both the rate and efficiency of metabolic chemical reactions, from the digestion of food to the synthesis of DNA.
Enzymes deal with digestion, diet. When we're dealing with anything that has enzyme in it, somebody's already eaten the food. It is pre-digested food. You're eating what somebody took out of their mouth and placed it right into you. Half of your whiskey, by the way, is when a Chinese person takes grain of some sort and spits it into a cup. And they sell this spit, this grain spit, this yeast spit, as alcohol.
Yeah,
Majority of your whiskey is someone's spit. That's why we gotta make our own hooch. That's why I sent you the Psalms 104 and 14, because it was about the legions of wine. I was hoping you read that whole thing for me. It spoke about how wine is for the healing of the hearts. And how herb is for the service of man. Herb is your job. That's your J-O-B. Just overgrowth. Just, that's what we're doing. Your herb is your food, clothing, your shelter. But they got us living like cattle. They got us living off of the grass.
Food for the gods.
That's right.
Produce some real ones.
So soy. Anybody know the origin of soy?
I know it came from plastic. Your boy was making that, George Washington car.
Yeah.
And but he was studying plants.
Yeah.
But he came up with it and said you could study this and make paint out of it and do other it's not organic.
That's right. Anybody know the first time it was mentioned on the planet? Because in the book of Hebrews, it speaks about how certain people would have to be poisoned, or not poisoned, but cursed would have to eat dung. Dung means shit. All right. And that story of the Hebrews, those certain people, because Hebrew Israelites are people that travel. Anybody that travels, the pilgrims are Hebrew Israelites. So when you study soil, you're going to learn that Japan was the first place that soil was invented, and it was invented out of someone's dung as a punishment for certain people. They would take their dung, their doo-doo, and extract plastic from it, which you call soil. Yes, sir.
Well, yeah, I was going to read, and it was talking about feces matter, and they said it's in every food. So yeah, so basically, soy is in all food.
Right, all synthetic.
Yeah, it's in
And if you ain't growing it yourself, it's synthetic. It's simple. It's very simple, man. I make it so simple. But ask questions first. Please don't let me get up here and not ask a question. You start sitting down if nobody asks a question.
I got one.
Yes, sir.
I was doing some reading out of one of Kovacs books, talking about the pole shift.
Yeah.
He said that the sun makes up 99.9% of the universe, and everything else is 1/10.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was saying that how the sun affects our consciousness. And our consciousness comes from the sun. And I wanted to know if you could touch on the two types of consciousness that we have, 60 and 90.
60 to 9. Anybody familiar with those? Give me an example. 60 to consciousness and 90 to consciousness. First of all, anybody know what ether means? It's in the biology book. In the word biology means astrology. Bio means astro. Every time you study the stars, you study yourself. Because we're three people. We're mountain, earth, and water. 1, 2, 3. Mineral, which is this, earth. Minor elements. And not compared to the heaven, they're very minor. This word is the root of minority. So anybody still eating things that are minor out of the ground is considered a minority. Major L's are heavenly L's. Y'all haven't learned that yet. They haven't become etherians. We got to just live off of ether, off of breath. And that's what half of the monks are living off of. They're living off the breathing and chanting. I told you you can go 3 years without eating meat. So we are minor people, earth people, vitamin people, only by a mountain. So if you got nothing but vitamins, then you're going to think like a caveman. Caveman is a vitamin eater, the one who starves himself. All he's doing is just keeping his metabolism busy. Because your metabolism is when the enzymes begin to work. The enzymes literally mean eaters, parasites. And their job is to find cavities and dark places and eat up all the matter that's in the dark, to where it's no longer dark matter, it's just dark. And then you have this with water, hydration, hydro. So we got ketchup, hydrocarbon, THC. Can you look that up for me, sis? It's in that book too. It touches very hard on it. I want her to look it up. You have an etymology dictionary in your phone? You only go to etymology. You gotta show people how to research. You know what an etymology dictionary is? The word etymon means the source. The ET man is the source man. Extraterrestrial men, extraterrestrial moons, extraterrestrial moms, etymon. Anybody know any examples of water food? Watermelon? Yeah, that's one. But you know, the watermelon actually saved us this whole 400 years of slavery. Like when we ate pork, son, it was eating the lining of our stomach. Pork eats mucus. And I told you, mucus in your stomach keeps your stomach from eating itself. The same thing with that woman. That woman gave mucus from her mucus membrane known as the vagina. And that's what breaks. Right before the water breaks, you're a water creature, a mucus creature. Mucus is water. So when you study that, you learn how a majority of our diseases come from the misuse of mucus. Everything that's free and dusty in your body, protein loose in your body, the mucus goes through your body and collects it. So whenever you see your nose leaking, you need to let it leak. Find somewhere you can hide. Don't go outside and your nose is leaking and you got covered, you gotta get around people that you got cover up your leaking nose, they don't care about you. And we're in a society that puts on makeup just to go to work. We're in a society that practices discrimination just to get a job. We're in a society that changes clothes just to get a job, that changes hair just to get a job. You understand what I'm saying? Who pays to get paid? How many people went to work without paying to get paid? So y'all working for yourselves. Get yourselves around the clock. That's exactly what y'all been doing, working for yourselves. Because even to show up for the interview, you had to show up. And you had to prepare yourself. And that's the only thing that's going to keep you relevant today. Your diet is depending on you, not anyone else. We forgot that the mother knows best. We don't want to make her a scientist anymore. So she's just cooking whatever we tell her to cook. We have to tell her to cook these 3 things, brothers. Onions, seaweed, which is a herb, sea moss. Anybody know why?
Why?
It identifies with the water that we are.
So as you can see, family, the 9-ether represented turning your body into a state of water and fat. And 6-ether was turning your body into a state of water and salt. So be prepared. Anu Salam is speaking right in front of you. Most of y'all have been taking our information. It belongs to you anyway. Just don't forget that there's a central location of all this information. Peace be unto you. Rahubat. Watermelon or watermelon. Share this, man. Put it on your Facebook. They shut down all my Facebooks. So I'm leaving it up to y'all now. Peace.